The Victoria ISD school board race is underway. 2 seats are opening up for election in District 4 and District 2. Mandy Lingle and Dale Zuck are up for District 4, and incumbent Estela de los Santos is running to remain in her District 2 seat against Kenneth Wells, who previously ran for sheriff in 2020. Dr. de los Santos is a UHV professor, and Lingle is a substitute teacher for V.I.S.D, and Zuck is an insurance agent. Here's each candidate's take on the millions of dollar facility bond that will also be on the May 1st ballot.
Based upon what the school district told us, is that we can, if we drop that I&S number down to the 10% that it may need in order to pay the old bond, and remember we still have 110 million left to pay on it, we would then have enough money to raise up on the O&M, which is the operations side that pays the teacher. It would require an important thing. The school board would offer to drop that one side, raise the other side, and then we would have to ask the taxpayers for permission to go above a 3% increase, which would basically, if we went up the 8 cents we would need to give teachers a significant pay raise, that would trigger a rollback election.
And we just dug in deep. I looked at the unbiased third party coming in and just got to see comparing apples to apples across the board and trying to understand what are the needs. And so being in that, the whole task force came to the conclusion of, hey, there's some schools that really need some high priority help, but there's also some schools that really need more than that. And so at this time, we just realized that the bond rates are at a historical low, that there's 15 schools over 50 years old, and there's needs, and we know them. We see them on the V.I.S.D website. You know, you can see them in videos.
At this point, we're prohibited from speaking for or against the bond. We can give the facts. The facts, of course, are that the bond is for facilities. We did facilities studies, exhaustive facility studies, and we presented those to the task force, and the recommendation that came from the task force was for the $156 million bond, and I voted in favor of putting it before the community, before the voters, and let them decide whether we want to invest in our schools or not.
I'm opposed to it. I think it's a lot of money for Stroman Middle School. I understand it's going to be a STEM school. The issue that I have with it, and it's $73+ million, but there's no design on what it looks like. There's no architectural layout on what the taxpayer is actually going to be getting for that $73 million. Most important to me, though, besides the money part, is the 1,200 students. When asked where will those 1,200 students be while Stroman is being constructed, the answer was that they would figure it out once the bond is passed.
And I wanted to make sure I had this figure correctly, but it's a bond for $156.8 million. Come to crossroadstoday.com to learn more about each candidate and the bond.